Hi, this is Mark. I was 47 years old when I first started really noticing a decline in my memory. It had been going on for over a decade, but at 47 is really when it hit home. I run a gold and silver shop, and we also have a Bitcoin exchange. And there was a lot of pressure that year as Bitcoin was going to all time highs and people were waiting outside. There was a lot of traffic, and it increased my stress level. I would have a customer sitting at the counter wanting me to look at a diamond, three or four customers waiting for Bitcoin, and a couple customers maybe wanting to buy gold or silver at the same time. The risk of having a brick and mortar shop is that people can just go on Google and leave you reviews for not tending to them, and that had actually happened where someone just left 2 stars, and enough low reviews online can destroy your business, and you have in fact done nothing wrong except for just not be able to serve your customers. So it really increased my stress level. I wasn't remembering customers the next day, or if they were gone for a few days, I wouldn't know who they were when they came back in the shop. And to me, that was quite normal. I was just getting used to it, didn't think anything of it. And then suddenly one day, a gentleman came in and he had a check for a little over $40,000. And I looked at the check and I knew that this person had spoken to me because the check itself was made out properly. The outside of our shop says J. Austin Coin and Jewelry. The check was made out to J. Austin and Company. And that's something we do to reduce fraud so people can't pre-print checks and then come in and say, hey, this is a cashier's check from US Bank. But it's made out to the wrong name. We send them back to the bank, and that's how we find out whether the check's real or not. In that time, we can call and verify it and such. Anyway, this person had the check made out to the right name, and so I was at a blank. I mean, literally just at a blank. I didn't know who he was, and so I went over to Patricia, who works with me in the shop, and I was very quiet, and I asked her. I said, "Who is this guy? And what does he want?" And she looked a little surprised, because you're not really expecting that question when that person was in the shop literally 2 hours earlier. And so when she told me that, I was really, really shocked, and I knew I was in trouble. And I had just recently been in a radio interview as well and totally forgotten what I was doing there. And I just, chalked it up to stress. But at this point, I knew I was in trouble, and I wasn't really worried about myself. I was worried about my wife because my wife is 7 years younger than me, so we're talking 40 years old. And now she has a husband who's going to be dead in 6 or 7 years, maybe 10 at the most. And in the meantime, he's not going to know where he's at or what he's doing. And that really scared me for her. I wasn't really worried about myself anymore. It's like, there's nothing you can do. I had read already that it was the end of the road if you lost your memory. And I was very, very concerned for her future and what her life was going to be like. And so I started spending every moment of every day trying to research and find a way to at least slow this down to buy some more time. Time is our absolute most valuable asset. If people think that money is your most valuable asset, well, if you're going to die in 7 years, you realize that time is your most valuable asset. You would spend all sorts of money to have time back. If you think about a loved one that you care about, how much money would you spend to have that person back for 5 minutes? Time is priceless. And I just wanted to buy some more time. And I found Dr. Del Bredesen online, and he had a book, The End of Alzheimer's, and I was a little skeptical, but I'm also a scientific-minded person. If you can prove to me that something works, I will investigate it, and I will move forward with it and find out what's happening. And I read the book, and I found it was based on the Ketoflex diet. There were a lot of supplements involved, an amazing number of supplements involved, and I immediately started following it. And it was amazing. Within a few months, I was improving. My wife noticed that my home life was actually getting better. There was a period there when it was really, really stressful for all of us because I would forget what was being said to me in the middle of a conversation with my wife. And if you've ever been in a conversation with someone like that, you feel like they're not paying attention until you realize what's happening. And since I was hiding it, no one knew what was happening with me. But now I was at the end of the road. at the end of my rope, and I'm like, I need to fix this. So I started following the protocol. I confided in my wife. I told her what was going on. Obviously, my assistant in the shop, she knew what was going on. You know, she knew probably before I really knew. She's like, why is this guy forgetting so much stuff? And it worked. But what I found was there were so many supplements to take. And in the very beginning of the protocol, it was very difficult to remember which ones to take at what time. And so I'd place bottles and move them around. And I was thinking to myself, I need to find a way to reduce the number of bottles in this protocol for people. And so I did it for myself first. And what I did was I found the supplements that everyone is supposed to be on, and the supplements that work with the most common problems. And so, for example, I have a GABA 4-in-1 that's got the selenium and zinc picolinate, the manganese in there, all of them combined in one pill or one tablet, veggie tablet. The other one is an ashwagandha based with copamineri and gotu kola and lion's mane, and just the perfect blend in these to work, and they work great. I went to an extra effort to make sure the sourcing was good, because we really never know when we're online what we're buying. And so I put a lot of effort into sourcing these properly, so we have good, clean sourcing on these, combined effectively. And the deal that we're going to offer you today, the prices we're going to offer you, they're going to be excellent. They're designed to help you, and the people who sign up early, get involved in this early, are going to get lifetime deals that are absolutely unbeatable. And my whole purpose with this is to help people. I am 100% behind the product. It's something that has completely helped me. It's medically based. And as we move forward, you're going to see more and more people give their testimony how this protocol worked. And this is an amazing system. And we're going to continue to build more supplements, VeggieCap based supplements around the protocol to help as many people as we possibly can. Take a look at the website and move down and see what you think about it. And we hope to talk with you more.